Hey everybody, welcome to part 3 of this developer playthrough video series. First thing first here, I realize we never turned in this hunt here, so I'm just going to grab that frog coin here. Go check if there are any others available that we haven't done yet. Alright, first 4 are done. Number 5, 6. This one's actually pretty tough for where we're at right now, so we'll wait until after the next level before we try to do that one. Only at what, level 5 right now? Yeah, level 5 and 4. Yeah, that one can be pretty tough. But we'll come back to that one. But for now, we're gonna go to the next level, which is Booster Fields. Part of my headcanon, as it were, with the Mario RPG series is that Booster owns like half the land in the Mushroom Kingdom, but he's so scatterbrained and weird that he forgets that he does. So he could own, you know, Mario's pad for all anybody knows, but he doesn't really keep track of these things, and nobody ever asks. Gotta go chase down the Sniffet. You guys like this this cascading rain effect? Thought that was pretty nice. Save this guy. Now this is where black starts to shine, because Link is a fire attack, and it burns the plants. Thanks, dude. One thing I did want to talk about, some of you may have noticed, but with character equipment, you'll notice that it does more than just boost defense and magic defense. For some characters, it boosts their attack a little bit too. I mean, you can see Green, his attack goes up by 4 from equipping this. One thing I wanted to do was try to, again, give each character their individual role and their feel. And something that annoyed me about the original Super Mario RPG is that Bowser is supposed to be this defensive powerhouse. He has higher defenses than any of the other characters, but for some reason all of his armor that he gets in the game stinks. One of the pieces of equipment you can buy in Moleville becomes his best armor for like half the game, at least, because he just never gets anything better. All of his armor barely boosts his stats because he has such a high natural defense. And at that point it feels like, you know, what's the point? Why bother giving him such high stats if you're gonna even things out with armor? So I wanted the armor in this game, the equipment, to play to their strengths, which is why throughout the game each character's armor does a little more than just boost their defense. For Red, it boosts his stats all around. For Yellow, who's supposed to be the defensive character, it boosts his defenses by more than it boosts the others' defenses. You know, Black gets less defense from his armor, but more attack, stuff like that. As usual, the Sniffets are scatterbrained and helpless. this guy here, this cucumber enemy, an unused enemy. Was in the original game's data. I didn't really have to change much of anything, except its stats. Alright, magic would be a bigger boost, but for green, we don't really care about magic. So we'll do attack. Black is an all-arounder, so we'll give him his magic attack. Well, all-arounder in terms of attack, not defense. The plot point of this particular level of the game is that Booster found a strange statue. It's the Mani Mani statue from Earthbound that kind of hypnotizes him a little bit. But Booster is such a weird guy that when he is hypnotized, he kind of acts normal, almost. But anyway, you'll see from his dialogues if you read them. Gotta find the key. Some of these enemies can hit pretty... That's alright. Yeah, this level has a bit of platforming in it. Sorry. Let's see, does fire work? Please. I don't remember. It works very well. You guys like my genius strategy here? Save all the flower tabs and flower jars to act as flower refills in the middle of levels. That's how the pros do it. Now these guys, I don't remember every detail about the game, but I do remember that these guys, the Forkies, they're immune to fire, so I'm not even going to bother using Link right now. put 2 of them to sleep? Lame. There's a mushroom in the next room that'll heal us, so that's why I'm trying to use up my flower points and such, get some experience now. These guys are feeling very musical today. Another fun fact, the palette used for these cutlery enemies already existed in the original game, it just was never used anywhere. Got him. There we go. How close are we to leveling up? Almost. Probably doing it, guys. I guess they're immune to both lightning and fire. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was lightning that they're immune to, and not fire. Give it a try. Unless Black is dead. No. And you're immune to both fire and lightning? Why would I do that to myself? What was I thinking? There we go. Alright, now we're gonna fall down on purpose here. Get this stuff. nothing in Booster's office makes sense. We fell down, but somehow still ended up back up here. Alright, before we go further, we'll save. Good old Booster. Where would this game be without him? Keep it weird, dude. Red's shell toss is super effective against him, so use it whenever you can. Man, I didn't buy any pick-me-ups. Oh well, we'll make it work. Black's not that useful in this fight anyway. Mushrooms at least. Yeah. Green can heal himself. No, you're supposed to attack red. Pick him up. Oh yeah, I wanted to mention something about the level up screen here. You notice that it says, you reached level 6. So in the original game, it would tell you the character's name. Say Mario reaches level 6, Toadstool reaches level 7, whatever it might be. So it turns out the names that display there, you can't edit those in the Lazy Shell program. The only way to do it would be to use a hex editor and edit the code directly, which is what I did. One of the issues with it, though, is there's only enough space in the names section. There are only as many characters to use as there are letters in that character's name. So meaning, when it says Gino reaches level whatever, Gino is only 4 letters long, so whatever you replace Gino with also has to be 4 letters long. And Black is the character that overwrote Gino, and Black is 5 letters long. So since I couldn't fit his name in there, I decided to change it from using their specific names to just a generic, you reached level, whatever. Again, like I said last time, so disappointed that I couldn't get Koopa Coot in here. Here's another guy saying, yeah, we'll send you some soldiers, some militia when you need our help, and that doesn't really happen until the very last scene of the game after you've already beaten it. But okay, we've reported back to the Elder. Now we need to report back to Kamek. Quality of life here, fast travel option. This is another thing you see frequently, is that they want to explain what happened using pantomiming, like Mario used to do in the original game, but everybody they talk to says, no thanks, I don't need that. Alright, before we go to the desert, we'll see if there are any new hunts to do and get a few supplies. It's always time for a nap. Alright, doesn't look like there's anything new yet. Except this one in Koopa Village we never did. Debating if we want to go give that one a try. It's pretty tough, but nothing ventured, nothing gained. Guess we can go give it a shot. The guy turns you into scarecrows, and as of now, we don't have anything to defend against that. That is not Colorado's house. This is. Here's another one I wanted to add in. I've got this generic Koopa watching Colorado's house while he's gone. I wanted this to be Colorado's wife, but again, I'm not a sprite guy, so I couldn't figure out how to add it in. Yeah, I guess this is as good as we're going to get in terms of equipment. Give this a shot. Each of these hunts, well, most of them I should say, have some kind of gimmick associated with them. So in this case, what this guy does is he turns you into scarecrows, so the only attacks you can use against him are magic attacks, but he has very high magic defense, so magic attacks don't work super well. But we did pick up some other items from that last hunt. Let's see. A nice thing about that one, it heals your status, and no timing is needed. It just works. One back to normal. What if we did it this way instead? Because he doesn't. How much HP does this guy have? Alright, got him on the ropes. Another attack or two should do it. Alright, I guess this guy's not too bad if you plan for it, and if you've got an extra level or two compared to when he's first available. Alright. I think defeating that guy opens up another hunt, so let's go check. Nap time. The one we just did. Alright, there's another one. Back in Koopa Village. But the hunt itself will be in the desert. Pick up a couple of keys. Okay. Alright, just like that guy just said, in order for this hunt to show up, we need to have at least 100 coins in our inventory. We're a little short, but we'll get some in just a bit. This is the Calamari Desert. Very first thing, we'll go and fight the boss of this place. Very first thing. He's not particularly hard to find. He's 2 screens away from the entrance. But this level, this pun, has layers. Calamari sounds a lot like Kalahari, which is a real desert in the real world. And then calamari, another name for squid, and this desert is infested with bloopers. It's funny. Another fun fact, there's a random blooper enemy in the desert that if you run into him and fight him, he'll sometimes beat this boss, which is not supposed to happen. A boss is not supposed to be a random encounter. Planning on releasing a patch in the future that fixes that. I'm just waiting for a few more people to play through it and report back to me if there are any issues that they've had with the game. I figure it's not game-breaking for now. It does give you extra flowers that you're not supposed to get, but, you know, what can you do? Yeah, he's not a particularly tough boss, but I feel like not every boss needs to be. Okay, defeating him opens up the exit to the desert on the north side. That's... If we were to go there before beating the boss, you would have seen that there was a pair of tentacles blocking the exit, but that... you won't see them now, since we beat that guy. While we're here in the desert, there are some enemies in here. There's this, it's called the Desert Lotus, and they can drop, sometimes they'll drop an item called the Desert Fruit, or Sand Fruit, rather. And we'll need a couple of those for some side content later on. So while we're here, I'm trying to see if I can find them. And we'll go make a quick pit stop. Since we just fought the boss, we'll go heal up. Something you guys might have noticed is that whenever Red is walking sideways, he does this weird stuttery thing where he looks down for a frame. I have no idea what causes that. Not a clue. If I did, I'd try to fix it. But yeah, I genuinely have no idea what makes that happen. Alright, this is the guy that is supposed to drop the sand fruit. We'll see if we get lucky. It's a 25% drop chance from these guys. Nice. First try. We do need 2 of them, ultimately. So we'll see if we can get another one. Let's do this first. Nice Chrono Trigger reference here. Just like the Winter Woods level, this area can be a bit maze-like. It's got a few different pathways you can take, and I wanted there to be stuff to do on the pathways. It's not just find your way to the exit and everything in between is annoying. There's stuff to find. There's that guy that just gave us the frog coin, there's the hunt that we're going to do, and now there's this room filled with a ton of enemies and treasure. But man, it would be nice if one of these guys had the desert lotus enemy with them so I could get more sand fruit. But sometimes the game just doesn't want to cooperate. Man, not a single one of these guys had a desert lotus with them. Alright, now that we're all healed up, let's go save and try to find the hunt. Here we go. He's right there, and we've got over 100 coins, which is why he showed up. Let's take him out. This guy uses money to hire guards. And he's invincible while he's got a guard. Here we go. This guy hits pretty hard, so we want to keep ourselves healed. Something you'll see with a lot of these hunts is that they're just regular enemies. Like, this is just the generic bandit enemy, but he's pretty tough. I've always liked the idea of a normal day-to-day enemy being elevated to difficult status. So that's why I did it that way. A lot of the hunts are just these generic enemies that are really hard. in case you needed her. It's no longer protected. Alright, that's all the hired help you can. Let's finish him off. Nah. Alright, now that we've defeated that hunt, that should take care of all of the extra content in the desert. Now it's just about finding our way out. But first, we'll go and turn in the hunt. Gives us a useful item. And that way, as I'm going through the desert to the exit, you guys can see what the quickest way to get to the end of the desert from the start. Turns out, again, I made it pretty easy. You just keep going straight until you can't go straight anymore. And then turn left. And there you go. Alright. We're gonna call it here for now. Go ahead and save. Like I said, we need 2 of those sand fruit for some side quests. But I'll go ahead and grab the other one that I didn't get off camera. You guys don't need to sit here and watch me search for it. So I'll go grab one of those and then I'll just end up right back here. But that'll be the end of this video. Like I said before, if there's anything you guys are curious about, even if it's something from a past video, something you want to discuss, you wonder why I chose to do things a certain way, things you noticed, things you liked, things you didn't, you know, one of these days I might get around to making a sequel to this game, so it would be helpful to know what it is people liked, what they didn't like, things that worked, things that didn't work. But yeah, next time we'll cover Glitzville, which should be a fun one. It's very battle heavy, and I know people like that sort of thing. But thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.